Hey everyone, Paint with Rick. Today I'm going to do an acrylic for you for a beginner, and I'm using mostly Liquitex colors, okay? I'm using this light blue for the sky, and I'm using burnt umber to mix to get gray. I mixed a little burnt umber with dark blue to get this gray color, and I put a little white in it. Here's that light blue for the sky, a little darker blue if we need it. This is sap green mixed with a little of that burnt umber, okay, to make dark trees. Sap green, I'll probably put some yellow in it. Alzarian crimson, and this is some kind of turquoise color. I'm not sure if I'm going to use it, but we'll see. And I'm using acrylic brushes I pulled out from years and years ago. I don't know how they'll work, but I'm using water and a container just to wet my brush. Let's start with the sky. Let me put the sky in, then I'll do a layout. Okay, we'll just put some of this light blue up here in the sky. Just fill your, from maybe about here up with the blue, okay? All blue. And I might grab a little of that dark. Let's grab just a pinch of that dark on your brush and kind of mix a little bit in there with it, here and there, just to get a different blue in there. Now for the bottom, dip your brush into the water and then grab a little white, just a little titanium white, and pick up some of this blue, and let's bring it down to the horizon, just like that. Okay, now grab your you got to get one of these mop brushes, okay? And let me wipe this water off the side here. Grab your mop brush now while it's still wet, and let's lightly blend the colors in. Okay, leave those dark spots in there. And let's lightly blend it. Wipe your mop brush off. Keep a paper towel in your hand and wipe the mop brush off. Blend those colors together before it dries. Because we know acrylic paint's different. I'm trying to use oil techniques on this acrylic, and some of the techniques work, so we're okay. But there's our sky. Let me lay the rest of the painting in here so you can see what I'm going to do. I'll just use a little water and some burnt umber. So what I'm going to do is I have a mountain in here, right? Of course, we'll put a cool mountain back here. And I'm going to have a swooping, uh, like a ridge coming across the mountain like this, okay? I'm going to have a really close foreground down here with some bushes and a big tree over here for the foreground. And then this is going to be a dirt mound that swoops down, and then we'll have a little bit of foreground down here, and then a few trees coming up into the sky here, and maybe this will be water down in here. Okay, that's it. Let's paint the mountain in while I got that in there. I use that gray color. We'll use this filbert brush that I got, a small filbert brush, and we'll just put the mountain in gray for now. If you have gray paint in a tube, just use that, and you don't have to mix it like I did. But if you want to mix it, just mix burnt umber and brown together, and then put a little white in it. Then you'll get this cool looking gray color. Down here at the bottom, instead of using white, I'm going to grab some of that bluish color from the sky and lighten up the bottom of my mountain with that bluish color. Just like that. Grab your mop brush. Grab the mop brush and let's blend the bottom out. You could blend the whole mountain if you want. Just get a blend on it. Very good. We might as well let's just lay in the color right now, the underpaint. So I'm going to grab a big brush. I'm going to get some burnt umber and put that swooping hill in here that I told you I wanted of burnt umber. It's going to be a dirt hill. Let's just lay it in real quick. Have it come just like that. Put a little white on your brush now, and let's add white to it, the top part of it. Very good. Lighten it up a bit. Down here, back here, let's put some the dark sap green I mixed with brown. Just fill this area in with that color. Right at the base of the mountain. Sap green and brown. Put a little white on your brush and let's just lighten the back part of it. Just lighten it up a bit. There we go. Let's grab some of your blue and let's put some blue in here. That light blue from the sky. And we'll put some water down here. We'll have like a river coming around here like this, okay? It'll look cool. Let's just get the colors down. Light blue. I'm not wiping my brush off or anything. I'm just grabbing some white now. And I'm going to lighten up the top part of the river here. Just like that. Let's put some dark sap green right here. It's going to be a little piece of land here. Sap green and brown. Same thing down here. Sap green and brown. We can actually punch in some bush tops here with your brush. Just like that. And then let's fill this all in. Stamp it in so you get some texture on them bushes there. Just like that. All right, so we got that's our underpaint, okay? Very good. Let's do some clouds now. I'm going to use it's a 1/2-inch bristle brush, okay? So we can dab our clouds in. Get your brush wet with some water. And we'll do some white clouds. Let's put some small ones down here at the bottom. Just come up here with your brush and just stamp in some small clouds, okay? Very small here at the bottom. At the bottom of the cloud, or the mountain, okay? Let's put a cloud coming off the side here, like this. And we'll put one coming from the side here, like that. Let's put one from here going all the way across. Now wipe your brush off real quick, and these ones in the corner start stamping back into the corner. Don't touch the edge though. Just come back to the corner with some by stamping it out. You got to do it while it's wet. So at the bottom of this cloud, come in here and start stamping the lower portion with your brush. Make that cloud a little bigger. These little ones, just stamp the bottoms out. You don't have to do much on those. Just stamp the bottom out. Okay, very good. That looks pretty good. If you get your blender mop brush quick enough before it dries, now you can pull and blend the lower part of your clouds, okay? I like to pull them one way so it looks like it's blowing. On these, you'll blend the top parts, okay? You can come in here and lightly stamp. These clouds here on the corners are actually closer to us, okay? That's what the whole thing is supposed to look like. That looks pretty good. Let's do the snow on our mountain now. I'm going to use I guess try the filbert brush, a small filbert brush. I think I tried the round up there and I didn't like it, so the filbert brush might work better to put snow up here. So just get your brush a little wet and come up to the right side of your peak, and let's just pull it down just like I do with a knife. Try and do it in one swoop, okay? Just like it's a knife. Just pull it down to the right. We're going to give this mountain some dimension now. So now let's make this one here turn a little. And same thing here. We'll make this mountain turn a little bit by adding a little more snow at the bottom here, okay, to the side. Pull some snow down here like this. Very good. Mix a little blue and white for the shade color now. Use the darker blue, maybe a phthalo blue, and we'll get a bluish color for this. Everywhere you have snow now, let's pull a little bit of this blue color down. It's actually in the shadow. Most of my paintings I do with ambient light, so that means like the sun's usually covered and then there's no shadows casting. But with the mountain, I always put some kind of you could tell the light's coming from the right side. But out here, maybe the sun is covering some of the trees. I do put some shadows in. You'll see with acrylic paint, it's really easy to put shadows in your paintings. So everywhere you have white, just pull some of this color. You don't have to be perfect. Let the get loose with your painting so it doesn't look like you tried too much. You don't want it to look overworked. So now what I'm going to do is come where the white and the blue are touching and try and get a blend on those two colors where it's touching together. Okay, You can either pull the white back into the blue a little bit, but get some kind of blend on it. Very good. It makes it look pretty good. Now take your mop brush just at the bottom and let's lightly blend the bottom of the mountain out while it's wet. Okay. Look at that. That looks pretty good. See how easy that was? I mean, you could do this acrylic paint. I mean, it dries pretty fast, so you got to work. You got to work pretty quick. Let's grab. You want to work from the top down, is how I do it. I laid in all our groundwork already. Now we're going to work this ground a little better now. So let's. I want to reestablish this brown color. So let me see if I got any more burnt umber left here. Yeah, I got a little bit. What I'm going to do this time is add a little white to it so it lays on the painting a little better. I'm going to wet my brush and get this color now and really make a nice dirt hill coming down. Fill it in now, make it look cool. We already have an underpaint there, so it should cover better now. Okay, see how that looks cool? Back here, that green, it looks all right. Get a little more of that green color. It's a sap green and brown mixture. And then put it a little up there and grab a little yellow on your brush and pull some yellow through it now. Just very quickly while it's wet. Now get your mop brush and just pull it to the right. Blend it out a little bit. That'll be our distant land back there. You can get a little bit of white and really lighten up the back edge of it, okay, with some titanium white to make it look farther back, okay. That looks pretty good. Let me get this brush that we made the clouds with. Let's restamp our bushes now. Get your brush wet. And I'm going to use that sap green and brown and really define these bushes down here now at the tops. Make them look cool with this cool 1/2-inch brush, okay? And then I'm going to stamp it out a little more at the bottom just to get some texture in there. There we go. That looks good. It's looking pretty good for acrylic, you know. I was going to tell you, you can't use, you know how you can get these basic colors? You can't, I'm going to do a painting and I'll show you. I'm going to do it with this type of acrylic and you're going to see the difference, okay? You have to get this, it's the next level up, okay, for doing landscapes. I'll do a painting with those basics and I'll show you the difference, okay, what I mean. Let me see how fast I'm going today. 20 minutes. I didn't want this to